Hey girl, hey, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Misha. Thank you guys for joining me yet again for another review. We are back with a brand new review for Married to Medicine, Season 10, Reunion Part 3. If you are new here, then welcome. I give lighthearted reviews with a little bit of laughter and a little bit of shade and a whole lot of detail. If you're back for a second or third time, then welcome back. Y'all, please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. Share with a friend. Hit that notification bell so that you will be updated each and every time I upload a video. Now, child, let's get into it if we gonna get into it. When the episode first opens up, it picks up where it left off. Apollo is in the building. Okay, now it makes no sense to me, but he's here. So Phaedra said, well, I invited him because the girls kept asking about him. Toya, they were making their little jokes. So, I just said your wish is my command. Toya said, well, no, I wasn't making jokes. My issue was when I would ask you a question, you would get defensive, like when we were at the spa. But I wasn't joking or trying to be shady. I was just trying to get to know you. So then here go Apollo trying to use all his newfound word of the day calendar words, talking about our co-parenting is impeccable. Do you mean amicable? He was like, it was a little bit topsy-turvy. When I first got out, we were meeting at the Chick-fil-A, and I was like, when are things going to change? I was upset. She was upset. Things weren't going well. So then Andy wanted to know how Shireen felt with Apollo being there. He was like, oh, she's fine with it. Phaedra said, listen, I don't have a relationship with that lady, and I don't plan on having a relationship with that lady. So then Andy asked how long he was there. Apollo says he was asunder for 5.5 years. Phaedra was like, yeah, because I was pregnant with my youngest son. I was on Housewives. I was down at the funeral home. I was in school. I was in Alabama. I was there when all of this happened. No, ma'am, you were not. When Apollo was standing in that garage getting ready to go off, Dylan was already here, running around with Aiden. Like, you can't remember a due date. Child, talking about she had a lot going on. He said, well, now everything has healed and I do come over to the house, but I don't come inside. Oh, baby, this is how I know you meant amicable and not impeccable. Impeccable means that there are no flaws because she don't like your wife and you can't cross her threshold. Now, I don't blame her because your house holds energy and you can keep your negativity on the outside, but still, I know you don't know what you're talking about. And let's just stand on that. So then Andy brings up Candy and Todd and he asked Apollo if he had seen Todd. So Apollo said that Todd apologized to him for making his things in the garage his storyline. How did he make it his storyline when Phaedra is the one that was mad at them about the feds coming and knocking, asking where your stuff was, and it was in their dang on garage? And then Cynthia said that they saw her on Watch What Happens Live, and they came knocking at her door looking for your things as well. They were asked the question, and they used it. You need to take accountability for your actions. I see that 5.5 years has not changed nothing. This is a fool. And as he was talking about all of his inside stuff, baby, these doctors look like they were about to pass out. Baby, Dr. Jackie was over there clutching her pearls. I said, ooh, baby, this is a fool. Not to mention all the women, their whole face just lit up when Apollo walked out. Here go Toya. Okay, you did that. Oh, he in the bill. Calm down, Toya. Okay, and Heavenly, I seen you look as well. Moving forward. So then we move on to Cecil. And Andy was just asking him about what he said about Dr. G leveling up when it comes to Sweet Tea. Cecil said he loves both Sweet Tea and Quad. And he said that because Dr. G seems happier, but he thinks that Quad is amazing. Andy then brings up Quad saying that Sweet Tea was a better fit for Dr. G because she can basically be easily manipulated and do what he wants her to do. So then Sweet Tea gets mad and says, Quad, you don't know me to speak on me. We chose each other for a reason. Girl, now Sweet Tea, he chose you for that DM that you fell up in there and left. That's why he chose you. Now, does he seem happier with you and more content? Yes, because I think you're the type of wife that a guy like Dr. G likes. Quad is too independent thinking for him. I feel like you have more of a homely vibe. You want to make sure that your man is, let me cater to you. And that works for your relationship. I really don't think she was trying to be shady. I think she was just basically saying, Sweet Tea gonna do what I ain't want to do. I was looking for Corey, Chloe. She was looking for them damn dogs. She could not be bothered with Dr. G and his Fiat. Okay. She couldn't be bothered, child. So now we back over here with this $4,000 a month. Andy wants to get down to the bottom of this $4,000. So then Dr. G goes, okay, so it went down like this. Phaedra said, look, I want to know, when did I ask you for $4,000? He starts explaining or mansplaining. Andy is like, okay, so what year was this? Because he was saying that Phaedra was with the ballers and the shot callers, and he was just getting out of school, and he was trying to do his thing, and he had a little bit of change, but he ain't have it like that. I know that's right, honey. Let's see if this time overlaps, because Apollo was sitting back there trying to figure it out too. So, you wanted to be with her, and she wanted $4,000 for her company. Child, not her getting paid to hang out. He said it was around 2002. Now, I find this conversation to be so disrespectful to Sweet Tea. Like, Dr. G, you are just icky to me. I'm sorry. I just do not like that man. He said he was working hard and he really was smitten with Phaedra. He took her to Ray's and she looked straight past him. Phaedra said, now what is Ray's? Phaedra always so confused on the things, honey. It is so annoying. Do you hear me? She's like, let's just set the record straight. Have we ever been intimate? In any kind of way? Phaedra, what is with you equating every man that you've ever known to sex? I know Nene deemed you the head doctor over there on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and you've been running away from that name ever since. And I know this is Married to Medicine, so you don't want them to start putting that doctor over here. We get it. But ma'am, every time somebody talks about a man does not mean that you had sex with him. You wanted $4,000 because you wanted to be able to keep up your lifestyle. Dr. G didn't have a pot to piss in or a window to throw it out of, and he didn't have the funds. So therefore, and thus and such, he was not for you. Dr. G, Phaedra thought that you were going to be an easy lick. Okay? That's what this is. You still seem smitten with her, with a whole wife in front of you. She didn't really like you like that, especially without proof of funds. And Phaedra, please stop thinking everything is about sex. My goodness. Apollo and Phaedra was down on that air mattress, so clearly she didn't like you, because you'll bend the rules a little bit for somebody you think is fine and you really like them. She ain't like him like that, but she liked Apollo, and Apollo probably was down there doing what he was doing to keep up with that $4,000 stipend a month, and he ain't fooling me, allegedly. Moving forward, Dr. G said, no, we didn't do anything. Well, not equally romantic. See, this right here would have me cuss him out. So then he takes it further and says, I mean, I should have lied. I should have said I had it. And then, you would have went out with me and then we probably would have been here. I mean, you never know. Letitia, and I'm going to use your government name because I think this is the time to drop the sweet tea, because ain't sweet. Okay. Ain't sweet. Let me use your government name. Ma'am, I am speaking directly to you, honey. Your husband is a disrespectful square. Let him go. If Phaedra so much as blew her breath near Dr. G, he will be gone with the wind. Shout out to Kenya. You need to leave that man where he at, honey, but that's just me. Now, I ain't telling you to break up your happy home because Phaedra ain't gonna look nowhere near him. But what I do want you to do is sit down with him and have a talk to him about respecting you, because you looked uncomfortable and it was uncomfortable to watch. So then we visit Toya and Eugene and them debating whether or not they would date in high school. Eugene said, she probably would have dated me. I'm a winner. I know that's right, Eugene. Honey, don't let him take you down. Andy said, well, Quad, do you think that he would have stood a chance with Toya? She said, well, Toya did tell me that when she first met Eugene, he said that he was a nurse, but he lied. She didn't want to really be bothered. But once she found out he was a doctor, she was like, yes, now paging Dr. Eugene. She was all for it. Eugene said, well, look, this is what I want y'all to know. Okay? I know what I signed up for, because everybody want to talk about how she talks to me, what she says about me. I know this about her. I like this. Okay. Well, then you know what, Eugene? I will not be defending you moving forward. Okay, I won't be defending you moving forward, honey. I'm going to let you do what you do with your wife. And I said that a few reviews back. I told y'all. I said he liked that. He liked the way Toya get down. He knows who Toya is. He's been with her for years. So if he like it, I love it. So then in the middle of the segment, Andy turns to Dr. G. I just want to do a mental health check. I just want to check in with you and see how you are. I was like, what? So Dr. G gonna say, well, I haven't talked to Quad in quite some time. And, when you go through drama and toxicity, it's just different. Quad said, yeah, same here. I went through it as well. And you knew that I was going to be here and you made a conscious decision to join this show. Honey, I know that's right. Why do we need to check on you? You and your wife signed up for this show because you wanted to be on here, and y'all knew dang on well Quad was not going anywhere. Now, y'all tried to pull that stunt and get her off of here, but she's still here. You tried to throw me out, but I'm still here. Y'all remember when Kenya was singing that? Oh, honey, y'all remember when she was singing that when that lady tried to put her out of her house she was renting when she first moved to Atlanta? Mm-hmm. You tried to throw her out, but she's still here. And I don't know why y'all think y'all finna come on this lady's show that she's been a part of for 10 years. You left, then came back with another wife and thinks that she's supposed to tiptoe around you. That's not how this works. So then Andy asked about the prenup. He basically said, I don't have a prenup. I have a good feeling about my wife. Her money is my money. She likes my coins. I like hers as well. So then Andy brings up Dr. G taking out the trash, which he didn't do with Quad. Quad said, well, I'm happy he learned something from the first marriage. I'm happy I could be of service. This is crazy. I know that's right, honey. Take the lessons and do better. They want these two beautiful black women to fight over Dr. G so bad it's sickening. I couldn't do this show. Because I'm not finna sit up here and kiki about no damn Greg. I'm not about to talk about him and that little squeaky voice of his. I am not about to sit up here and look a fool for Greg. He better be lucky he struck gold twice. And that's just that on that. So then Andy asked Eugene if Quad ever apologized about what was said to him. He said no. Quad apologizes to Eugene. No buts, just an apology. So now we talk about the Hilton Head trip. Andy asked Apollo what he thought about Phaedra saying if she had more marriage positive friends on Real Housewives of Atlanta, then they wouldn't be divorced. Apollo said, well, I never knew that was an option because it wasn't. Phony Faye was not about to let you tarnish her reputation. You would have had her name burnt in the industry. You were damaged goods, so she was out. Okay? Child, please. She didn't want you to take her down with you. It ain't no way Phaedra would have stayed with you, so I don't know why she keeps repeating that lie. Andy was about to move on to the Hilton Head trip, and so Heavenly said, well, wait a minute, Simone, before you start yelling. Before you start hollering at me. I just want to say that I thought that it was disrespectful that you would plan a trip to Hilton Head. Okay, I know you said the 20 years and everything. I didn't think that you were being malicious. I never said that. I just said that I think, looking at Jackie, that it was disrespectful. She felt away. Now, I do think that she needs to speak up for herself. She needs to start speaking for herself. She's like, I just wanted you to listen to Jackie, and I understand that she needs to say whatever it is that she needs to say on her own. Simone said, that's the problem. I didn't need to hear it from you. Okay, I texted Jackie after I saw the look on her face. I don't need your help. Jackie loved for them to fight over her friendship, and she just sit there all meek and mild and tucked under. Ma'am, you need to stop these ladies from fussing and fighting over your friendship. Tell them I'm your friend and I'm your friend. We each have separate and different relationships. You use your words for everything else. So then Simone's like, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. And that's exactly what Alicia did. Alicia said, well, I feel like we could have did this stuff. That stuff was not exclusive to Hilton Head. We could have cooked and twirled around anywhere. And I agree with that. But this is what I'm saying. We're going to wrap this part up. We all know production was producing and Simone got the bad edit. I'm sick of her hollering, so I don't want to hear nothing else about it. We know that production played a huge part in them going down to Hilton Head. Okay. And Simone, you just happen to be the sacrificial lamb. That's just the bottom line. So Andy wants to hear from Jackie. So then Dr. Jackie comes with the Heavenly is a grown woman. I can't tell her what to do. I can't tell her what to say. Ma'am, you know you good with whatever she does and says as long as it's on your behalf. Because you want to make sure, like Phaedra, because you're on the opposite end of the spectrum, that you keep your reputation intact. Heavenly don't mind. She from the 305. So whatever it is going to be, it's going to be. She don't mind going up on a Tuesday because people going to like you or hate you, whether you're good or you're bad. So you might as well say what you want to say. So then Simone says, Heavenly comes in between our relationship. She does not have to tell me nothing about you. You and I have a history that surpasses this show times 2. I do not need Heavenly's help. Simone loves to cut people off, honey. Dr. Jackie couldn't finish her sentence. Simone was like, yeah, I'm gonna let you finish, but keep Heavenly out my face, period. Now, I have to say that I appreciated her telling Dr. Jackie that I don't need Heavenly to speak to me on your behalf. I can speak directly to you because we have a friendship. She doesn't have to talk to me about this. But, Simone, you need to be cognizant of what you do. Hilton Head girl. So then here go Curtis talking about that was 7 years ago. And, we've moved on. But, with this group, I knew that it would be a topic. And did we want to be a part of it? Absolutely not. Well, did Jackie want to be a part of you cheating on her? Absolutely not. And what is going on down in the Dominican? What's going on in the DR, buddy? That's what we need to be tapping into. Forget Hilton Head. We done already been there, done that, got the t-shirt. What are you doing every Monday through Thursday down in that DR? What's going on down there? That's what I want to know. I don't care nothing about this. We can move on. Moving forward. So Andy goes to Sweet Tea and he's asking her about her outburst and what was wrong with her. And she said she felt like she was being hazed. They were making fun of her butt, talking about her, making jokes. And she doesn't understand why she had to be empathetic to Dr. Jackie. She said she asked me to speak up and say what I wanted to say. And I did that. Andy then says, well, Dr. Jackie, you served up some major shade with your church side eye. The way that I fell out, not the church side eye, bombastic side eye. When I tell y'all I fell out, that was so funny to me because this reunion, I do not think Andy is following the script. Andy, you are just basically sitting up here talking. Andy, you are not reading those cards. Oh, child, that was so funny to me. So then he asked the men if they've ever had one of Jackie's church side eyes, and they were like, sure have. So Andy then brings up the roles in the marriage. We're going to go on back over there to that. He asked Toya what she thought about Dr. Kimma and Alicia's relationship. She said, I don't think anything about it. Me and Eugene's relationship in our marriage is just different. It works for us. Both of our needs are met, and I just hope that Alicia's needs are being met because Dr. Kimma often only talks about himself. Well, baby, what she say that for? Alicia said, yeah, they are different. I don't complain about my man's penis size. All right, now, Alicia. Now, I don't know why you throwing Eugene in it and under the bus, and I don't know why you being shady, because Toya didn't disrespect your husband in this setting. Now, whatever happened during the season, that's different. But in this setting, she said that's their relationship. Ours is different. I just hope that she gets what she needs because he's only thinking about himself. Now, I know you're trying to take up for your husband, but there was no reason for you to throw Eugene in there like that. So then Eugene was like, well, I'm just going to whip it out. Please don't. Okay? Let's not and say we did. So then Alicia said Kimma was joking when he spoke on training me. Child, didn't we already cover this? This just shows that we do not have 3 episodes worth of a reunion. Because we hadn't already talked to Kim and them. We don't need to talk to them no more. So then they go on to the oral sex of it all. And so Andy said, well, Phaedra, you said the Nigerian that you were dating, he knew something about it. Phaedra said, yeah, he ain't know nothing about not having the oral sex. I'm just saying. So then Alicia said, we're both in dentistry. This is what y'all don't understand. And we've seen trauma because of aggressive oral sex. What kind of aggressive below the belt stuff going on in that bedroom? What are you using your mouth to do? I wouldn't want no parts of that. Do you hear me? Alicia, you got an excuse for everything. Now it's because a crown might come loose. Girl, goodbye. Girl, goodbye. Dr. Heavenly, what say you? Do you teach this at Dr. Heavenly University? Oh, child, this is a fool. Not the crown gonna come loose so y'all can't get down, honey. You're gonna lose the crown if you go down. Baby, that should be a slogan. You know what, Alicia? We could really get some merch going. And I want my 10% because I'll be giving y'all some gems and then my gems be showing up all over social media. Now, the shirt should say, you're going to lose a crown if you go down. Oh, child. Oh, honey. I be having a good time talking to y'all. I ain't got no sense. I don't want to hear no more about them. And I don't want to hear nothing about that bed. I don't want to hear nothing about that head. I don't want to hear nothing about it, okay? I don't want to hear nothing else. Every marriage has their own blueprint. Do you? Y'all leave them people's marriage alone. Just leave it alone. Moving forward. So then Andy brings up Dr. Heavenly telling Alicia to lie a little bit. Like, you ain't got to tell him everything. Get somebody else to do something and then, just pretend like you did it. So Andy asked Dr. Damon if he knew that Heavenly was doing that. Dr. Damon said, I'm not worried about all that. I'm confident. As long as my wife and my kids are good, I'm fine. He said, and you know what? When people make these comments and they ask you questions, it's okay to say it's none of your business. Ooh, wee. He shut Andy right on down. You hear me? They don't play with Dr. Damon too much because when he speak, he has spoken. So now Andy does a flashback on the last 10 years of Married to Medicine. The earlier seasons were so good, y'all. It was a time. It was a time to come home and watch Married to Medicine and you didn't know what day it was going to come on. Because when it first came out, they didn't really have a set day. Okay, it was here, it was there, it was everywhere. It was, where in the world is Carmen Sandiego? You just never knew. And baby, I was there no matter what damn day it came on. I was gonna watch them heifers. Now paging Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, Dr. Heavenly, Lisa Nicole, Toya, Quad, Mariah. Baby, that's when it was good. That's when it was just good. The original song, not this what they got going on now. It's still kind of similar, but the original from seasons 1 through 5 were good to me. I mean, I feel like they sure are focusing heavily on Dr. G and Quad's past, because they were just showing all their little stuff. I was like, y'all could have left that out. He up there sweating and everything. And Sweet Tea looked mad as hell. Now, I don't know if y'all noticed, but if you go back and watch, I said, oh, baby, she look mad. I can just tell she gonna tear that hotel room up. So if y'all have a car down, y'all better make sure that Sweet Tea reimburse y'all, because she gonna tear that room baby, she gonna tear that room up. So then Andy brings up them joining the show and being worried if it would adversely affect their practice. So Dr. Simone said, well, I didn't worry about that until Toya and Mariah had that fight. She said, but I'm happy that I stuck around, and I'm happy I'm able to show my true self, and I don't really worry about it anymore. Andy then brings up Phaedra staying with Apollo. She was like, yeah, I really like the show because it's about real friends. It's not just a show. So then he asked Curtis, what do you regret sharing? He said, well, we happened to go through a little mishap. But I'm just happy that we could let the world know that you can make mistakes and come out better. Was it a one and done type of thing though, Curtis? Okay, because I got my good eye on you. So then Andy asked if there's hope for Dr. Heavenly and Sweet Tea. Heavenly was about to say, well, maybe Sweet Tea said, I don't know about that. Oh my goodness. Sweet Tea said, I don't know, because she just started going out. I am one of your clients and the HIPAA law. And baby, she just started cussing. So her and Heavenly are cussing each other out. Heavenly told her, come over here, B, let's get it started. They going back and forth and back. And then she said, yeah, because Jackie gonna jump in and she gonna whoop yo. And I was just like, what is going on? Girl, what? So everybody is just laughing because Dr. Heavenly is so unserious. And Jackie ain't gonna bust a grape. And Jackie sitting over there looking like, well, she did cuss me out. Yeah, but I'm just saying, I'm not gonna do no fighting. So everybody just looking. Sweet Tea, baby, just hang it up, flat screen. Try again next season. Heavenly is not going to go at it with you. She played too much. And she knows exactly how the game goes. And she tricked you into going toe to toe with her only for her to make it a comedic moment. It's not that serious in her mind. Heavenly is of the belief that this is a show. The heifers get together, they act up. She gonna say it, and as she would say, she gonna say it and she gonna take it back. And then everything is gonna be everything a little bit later. So she really cannot be taken seriously. So the men go ahead and go to the back, and Kimma is telling Cecil that him and Eugene be pillow talking with their wives about his marriage, talking about, is the marriage gonna last? He's like, I've been married to my wife for 8 years. I will not be having any more guy talk with y'all. Well, child, don't threaten them with a good time. They don't give a damn. You gonna learn, okay, Kimma? You gonna learn. Cecil and Eugene, they gonna gossip. So get used to it. And Eugene got it bad. You better ask Anila's husband. What was his name? Kierner. What was Anila's husband's name? Dr. Kieran. You better ask Dr. Kieran, child. So then we see some of the season's shadiest moments. Andy asked Sweet Tea if she felt like she was being tested. She said, yeah, I feel like they were being shady, especially at my dress fitting. Phaedra said, well, Sweet Tea has a tiny hiney. But it's cute. Here comes Sweet Tea with this slogan that she came up with. In a world full of Megan Thee Stallions, I'm a lamb of God. Okay, ma'am. Let's wrap this up, child. Somebody in the comments that Andy was reading tried to be shady and say that they needed to give Sweet Tea Quad's doctor's number. Quad said, oh, no, ma'am, honey. This is body by God, given to Quad by her mother. Honey, I know that's right. Squats, not shots. So then we talk about Phaedra in this house and her decor. Phaedra looks at Heavenly and says, I've traveled the world, so I can't expect for you to understand what it is that I like. Oh, baby, not traveled the world. We going first class up in the sky. Honey, she letting it be known, honey. So then Andy asked what Phaedra thought of Heavenly's house. Well, Mariah said it needed to be pressure washed, but that's just what Mariah said. That's the outside. That's the outside. Now, I don't know about the inside. But Phaedra said that she's never been inside, but she did see on one of them lives that her curtains were falling down. Not London Bridge is falling down, child. So then Andy tried to be shady, calling Heavenly fallen curtain. I said, oh, baby, this is a mess. Wrap this up. Now we talking about curtain rods, honey. Let's wrap this thing up. Andy then asked for their final words. Simone says she loves the OGs, but as for Quad, she hopes that she heard what Phaedra said and that they stay connected throughout, not just for the show. Simone, hush with your old needy self and stop including Heavenly in the dang on OGs. Heavenly came season 2. And in my mind, an OG means you came season 1. Now, did Heavenly really put some oomph and some zhuzh in Married to Medicine? Yes, she did. So for that, Heavenly, here are your flowers. But Simone, hush. I always got to single out Quad. I don't like that. Alicia said Heavenly is always going to be a clown. Simone is always going to yell. And Phaedra is about sisterhood. Sweet Tea says something about she's hoping to get to know them or something like that, child. I cannot remember. Andy asked if Phaedra felt comfortable being in this setting with the ladies. Phaedra was like, I have really enjoyed the ride. And Phaedra don't like it at her new school, child. She want to transfer back to her old school, aka Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she ain't fooling me. But for the check, she gonna stay right on over here. So while y'all were getting on Quad, Phaedra feels the exact same way. I'm just here for a check. And Alicia got the easiest check of the season. And that's just that on that. So Dr. Jackie starts speaking her speech and says that they will be watching Quad to see how she acts. Y'all are not her boss. Just go away with that. That gets on my nerves. So now it's time for a toast. They can choose Toya's donated wine or some brown liquor. Wine it is. Cheers to the girls' weekend. Oh my goodness. And that was the end of the reunion. All right, Married to Medicine. I will see y'all next season. Listen, as much as y'all get on my nerves, I'm going to still be right back for the heifers again next season. Y'all comment down below and tell me exactly what you thought about part 3. Please don't hesitate to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. And as always, stay safe, stay blessed, spread love, not germs. Peace.